Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hello, I'm Eric.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger is the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action movies and breaking them all the way down.
Timecop, it's been a ride, man, already.
I'm loving it. Congratulations to whoever our next president's going to be.
Indeed.
We
Congratulations.
Don't know.
We don't know.
I guess.
We're in the future, which is why we're in such a good mood.
Maybe none of us know yet.
Yeah, that's very possible.
We don't know.
I don't know.
This is going to be dark.
But
if
this
it's
is
like we're in the middle of a civil war.
Phew, man, opening scene of Timecop even.
Did you watch Civil War yet?
No, I still haven't seen it.
That shit fucks.
The new Garland, the new Garland movie.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's like divided people, but
I've
I think it's great.
I've heard it's really good.
I dig it. So anyway,
I dig Alex Garland. I love Ex Machina. I
Did you
love
watch
Oblivion. No, I didn't see Men.
Men is so weird.
Really?
It's like 2/3 of an awesome movie, and then the end is so weird. I can't even tell you how weird it is.
Really?
I say check it out.
All right.
Everyone listening, also check it out. Check out Men, because I want to hear your opinions.
Okay,
check us out.
yeah.
Ping us on Facebook or Instagram.
Comment on all of our
Tell us
things.
what you thought of Men.
Men. Okay.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
he did Devs on Hulu.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that was his.
And I love the concept because that's like that whole notion of like all time and consciousness is just math. That if you had a big enough computer, you can like predict the future
Interesting.
and see the past. I love the premise. I love like all the main cast of characters in that movie, and I mean that show, and I did not like the show.
Oh.
Did not like I that show.
I never tried it.
Should have been literally my favorite thing ever, and I didn't like it. Yeah.
Did you did he write 28 Days Later, or am I making that up?
No, I think you might.
I think he did that one.
I
know they're working on
remember.
28 Years Later now.
Yeah, I know. It's apparently people are really excited
with
about
Cillian
this.
Murphy?
Yeah, with Cillian Murphy, he's back.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I will try to. Are you looking some shit up?
I'm doing it real quick. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's all good. I will try to.
Yeah, please do. Please
I'll-
sum it up.
I will
while
try
I'm taking
to
this
get
out.
on this plot for Timecop. So
Alex Garland did write 28 Days Later. Yes.
yeah, that's still a solid ass flick.
Yeah, it is great. That's a great movie.
Anyway.
We're
wait,
at part 3, everybody.
Well, before I do the plot, I did want to ask because I wrote it down here, so I must have wanted to ask you. Like, do you have like general thoughts about Jean-Claude Van Damme or a favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movie?
I think my favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, and this, I don't know, maybe this is a controversial take.
Bring it.
Double Impact.
Oh, I bet you're in a very small minority.
Oh, it is such a silly movie. I don't love it as a film.
Uh-huh.
I love it because it's so clear that he thought that this was the role that was going to elevate him to Harrison Ford levels, right?
Harrison Ford, okay.
I mean, he was playing two totally different characters.
Yeah.
And he
You're gonna
tried
say, let me show you my range.
show you my range, and all of these like weirdly choreographed scenes where he's fighting goons as like himself,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we actually get a little bit of that in this movie.
Yeah.
But like Double Impact, the whole movie is that way.
It's
right?
two Van Dammes.
And it's
there
just-
was the one who was like very like
very
Beverly
buttoned up,
Hills and like sort of
metrosexual.
metrosexual, and then the one who was like a underworld kingpin.
Yeah, that's
You're
right.
like twins
That's right.
separated at birth.
That's right.
Situation that we
And
had.
there's always like my favorite quote. I don't even remember what the goon's accent was, but like the first time we reveal the bad guys see that there's two Van Dammes, like there's one of the goons is like, there's two of them. I will never forget that line. That delivery is one of my favorite things. What about you?
My favorite Van Damme flick is Kickboxer.
Okay.
I think that was the first one
No,
I
it's a good
saw.
one. That's a good choice.
I think
It's a
most
strong
people probably
choice.
prefer Bloodsport, but I think Kickboxer is a superior as a film.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodsport had like all the training montage, but so did Kickboxer. They were very similar flicks in general. I have a soft spot for Lionheart.
Okay.
Still,
all right.
which I feel like that's what should have been the Street Fighter movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Rather than the Street Fighter movie we got, which was G.I. Joe with little to no street fighting.
And also, Jean-Claude Van Damme playing Guile with an American flag on his arm with the thickest French Canadian accent you could possibly imagine.
On around here?
Yeah,
it was weird, but Van Damme in general, I think he's like look. I think we all like to watch dudes who can do karate
always
or martial arts,
always
whatever. And it's crazy because you watch him do a movie and you're like, oh yeah, he can't act for shit. Karate is like, I don't know how we really judge that. But then you see a lesser guy doing the same thing and you're like, oh wow, no, Van Damme was really good at this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had a lot of physical presence on screen.
No, he
everything
has strong screen presence. There's no question about it.
And like to this day, if we're talking about like the dream body that you would like to have be your body, like his physique in Kickboxer, I'm like, he's not like the big steroided up dude,
right?
Though he probably was doing steroids, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's just me obsessing about Van Damme's body.
Anywho, you need to give us a sum up before we start.
I gotta try to do it. Yeah, we gotta be quick about it because I don't know what Eric's got left in the tank, except that I can tell you he's finished a 6-pack and he's now sipping on an old fashioned.
This is what we do. This is how we do it.
It could be about to go off the rails.
All right.
But yeah, I'll try to sum it up. Timecop. The title pretty much tells you what you need to know. But basically, Van Damme is this Timecop officer. He had his wife die 10 years prior to the present day, right? We don't really know what is going on, except we assume it's got something to do with some time traveling crime shit.
Yeah.
There's also an evil senator named McComb who is trying to steal the presidency, basically, by committing time crimes to raise money to essentially like buy the presidency. And Van Damme, who's Walker, has been told and sort of figured out that he's doing this shit. No one really necessarily wants to believe him. They had like a little face-to-face cat and mouse game going in which Walker basically laid all his cards on the table in front of everyone. And his boss is like, well, be that as it may, this dude's like we're weeks away from a presidential election, so we can't really go after him unless we have like ironclad proof, which we don't. But meanwhile, we see that the dude McComb is like, I want this Walker killed. We got to send him the type of message that a guy doesn't forget. And his goon was happy to oblige.
Yeah. Oh, and, so excited to oblige.
Yeah. And so Walker he's finished a hard day of time copping.
Yeah.
He's gone back to his house to watch home videos of his dead wife and get drunk off tequila. And that's where we're at.
That's excellent. That was a perfect sum up. Yeah. So basically, we cut to the next morning. Well, we faded out. It was
maybe middle of the night. I don't know when it is.
I think it's early morning, like 5, 6 a.m.
Okay.
Right. He is just like hard passed out. The morning news is playing, talking about how McComb's presidential bid is in trouble because his campaign seems like it's out of money.
There was some shit they were talking about, like the white supremacist party.
Yeah, the white supremacist party. Dude, it's weird how prescient this movie is.
Yeah.
Like, it's not quite like Demolition Man prescient, but there are some moments you're like, okay.
It's amazing when those older movies kind of like hit the nail on the head once or twice.
Yeah.
Even to hit the nail on the head once or twice, you give them credit for like, oh, that was like good.
Yeah.
Right on. You also had the empty bottle of salsa tequila, and I was like, oh, a little product placement. Okay, he gets drunk off salsa. All right, sure.
Yeah. So earlier when he comes home, we hear fake Alexa, like we said in the last episode.
Yeah, right.
We hear fake Alexa say no new messages again, like, oh shit, someone's walking in the front door, right? But before long, we see a laser sight like being trained on Walker's forehead, right?
Yeah.
And he wakes up just in time.
Well, luckily the thing makes noise.
Oh, that's right.
It's like, and it's like, that's a design flaw.
That was a horrible design flaw. Walker wakes up, dodges what it turns out to be a taser, which like shoots into the pillows of the couch. So now like JCVD is wearing nothing but boxers, and he is like
why
toned to shit. Like I mean,
presumably he like watched the video and masturbated, and then stripped down and fell asleep on the couch. Like jerking off to your dead wife it's pretty twisted.
Yeah, it's pretty twisted, but also. I buy it. Like, I buy that that's the reason why he's just in boxers.
Yeah, okay. That's the only explanation. No one strips down and then...
When you're blackout drunk, you just fall asleep. Like, there's no...
So if you were in bed, I would believe it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you woke up, took your clothes off, fell into bed, but no one strips down to then pass out on their couch.
If you were conscious enough to take your clothes off, you were conscious enough to get yourself to the bed. Right?
Sure.
So there's no way... But anyway, so he's just in boxers. We're having like his entire like collateral conversation about the logistics of sleeping in your boxers. Walker wakes up in his boxers, grabs his attacker, flips him over, and then there's a second goon who shows up out of nowhere wielding 2 fucking knives.
And like literally out of nowhere.
Yeah, just like
there
where
was
did
one shot
like,
that he was not there
in from the black.
And then the next shot he was there.
Yeah.
And that was James Liu playing the attackers.
Yeah, that's right.
Classic movie stuntman, like relegated to, Asian thug.
Always.
In so many movies.
Yeah.
But he was Craig T. Nelson's karate coach in Action Jackson.
Which famously we've done on this podcast.
Yeah, he was Se-Jin Kwan in Best of the Best, which we've also done. He was in Big Trouble in Little China. He was in They Live doing stunts and Lethal Weapon 4 doing stunts. Like just so many movies.
The man has made a career. He's not living poor. He's not in a cardboard box.
No, absolutely. He's steady work and he still works.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no, he's still around. So anyway, Walker retreats defensively. Then yet another goon.
Right. I think it was a third goon.
I think it was the third goon. I don't think it was Taser Goon. I think it was a third goon.
Yeah.
He shows up, but this is something that happens over and over in the movie. The lighting is so dark. This is my one complaint with the action sequences. It's so dark. It's really hard to see who is attacking whom and where they are attacking them.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, another goon shows up with a knife. He tries to stab Walker.
He had the crazy knife that was like 2 blades. It was like twin blades. It was separated.
It was
in
like
the middle.
a Klingon blade or something.
Yeah, it was
like
wild
Star Trek
shit.
level. So, but Walker effortlessly disarms him and then like just crams his face into a dumbbell.
So I feel like it would kill a person.
I mean, look, if this was the last Boy Scout, his nose would have been in his brain and he would be dead.
Look, I got some dumbbells over here, and if I like just slammed your face on them,
I would be
that
dead.
would probably kill a man.
I feel like I would be dead.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. But the goon gets the upper hand and starts slashing at Walker's thigh.
Yeah, that was wild, the little knife fight, except that Van Damme like clearly did not train for this at all, did not attend the choreography. So it was like, you just hold your knife out, and I'll just slash at your knife.
Yeah. No, it is hilarious how many times Van Damme just stands there with a knife in front of him, and the goon like clashes knives against him in front of him without doing anything, without JCVD doing
crazy.
anything. So Walker gets kicked over the couch. He continues to defend himself. Now he's grabbed like a towel.
It was a jerk-off towel.
It was it was his jerk-off towel. I'd be running in fear.
It's like a horny Jason Bourne.
Straight up.
He was like fending this man off with a towel.
Walker disarms the goon, pins him against the wall, and then demands to know who sent him because like the goon is going to tell him. Taser Goon finally shows back up again, shoots at Walker, but Walker turns around, uses the Asian goon as a shield. Right?
Yeah,
so he takes the darts in the chest, and then they like both get knocked over his water cooler, and they both fall to the ground. Water goes all over the ground. This is relevant.
I love that the guy's got a water cooler in his house.
Oh, I know.
Well, like this type of dude.
So this is a thing though. This is really common in apartment complexes.
Okay.
Where like they will bring water cooler. They will bring like water coolers to your spot. I mean, like every apartment complex.
Is it because the tap water is fucked up?
It's because the tap water's fucked up. Yeah.
Okay.
That actually didn't surprise me that much.
And also, there was a nice detail earlier in the flick when he had first came home, Walker. The little screen inside the door had these messages, and one of the messages was that like there had been an authorized entry from the water cooler man.
Oh, I didn't
And I was
notice
like,
that.
oh, rad. Okay, like
Good
some
stuff.
fucking production designer really put some
Again,
thought
we
into this
come
shit.
back to how good the production design was in this movie. So anyway, so water spills all over the floor. Taser Goon reloads the taser for another shot. And then, like, we still see, like, water's going all over the linoleum floor
And he's like,
everywhere.
have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Yeah. He shoots it into where Walker is, who's sprawled out on the floor. Walker sees it and does the iconic moment. Everybody's seen this. Even if you've just seen the trailer, nothing else. Jumps up, splits on the counter. The taser bolts go into the ground, electrocute the water, and then it, like, by this point, the water is spread to the goon, and the goon electrocutes himself and falls onto the ground unconscious.
First of all, 2 questions.
Yes.
Do you think that split, when Van Damme dies, will that be like on his Oscars, like in memoriam?
I hope
that
so.
moment, the split on the counter?
I hope so, because that's the iconic split. Because the one in Bloodsport is cool, but it takes too long to get there. It's like it's not dramatic and fast, right? It's like a build up to it. But that split on the counter is like, it's either that or the split between the 2 semis in the commercial that he did. Do you remember that?
I do remember that too very well. He's still busting those splits out.
That's right. So it's either Timecop or it's the 2 semi splits.
There's something unsettling about it, like a grown man doing splits.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but especially like the sideways splits, right?
Yeah.
Like.
Okay, the other question was what is the bad guy's plan?
Mm-mm.
Like, are they here to kill him or just taser him? Because the taser seems to be like less than lethal force.
You would think that they would just we know because in the next scene we know that the guy
isn't
not
dead,
right?
So it's a little confusing. Or are they going to taser him and take him somewhere and do more to him?
I think that's what the plan was. I think McComb is so like just batshit, right? He's so over the wall with his own kind of villainous lunacy. He wants to like watch Walker die. He couldn't do it in 94. So he's going to do it in person in 2004 because he can't trust his guns, right? I think that's what it is. That's what I'm going with at least, right?
Okay.
So this wasn't a kill operation. This was I'm going to kill you and I want to be the one to do it. So I know
they're going to bring you before me.
Exactly. That's what I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. And we cut to the goon, the electrocuted goon, being thrown out of Walker's front door.
He's fucking up his own apartment.
He's already, like the goon's already unconscious. Like, why are you throwing him through your door?
You're not going to get that security deposit back.
No, you're not. That's definitely not happening. The goon crashes through the railing in the main stairwell. And as he's doing that, a new character. We are deep in Act 2 by this point.
Oh, yeah. It's like the midway point of the movie.
This is the midway. Yeah, exactly. And we've introduced a new character now. She's walking up the stairs as this happened.
Yeah.
Immediately pulls out a gun because why wouldn't you?
Of course.
And she demands that Walker exit his apartment. He walks out still in only his boxer shorts. I mean, the man's got body. Look, if I look
like... Oh, yeah, I'd never wear clothes.
I would never wear clothes. I would always just be in my boxers. 100% of the time. Anyway, so she introduces herself as Fielding, and she's with TEC Internal Affairs, which I think is hilarious.
Why is she showing up at his apartment like either ass early in the morning or in the middle of the night?
Right, exactly. And also this, like, how is the TEC structured? Because we've got a former DC cop heading it, running it like a police department, but all judgment is handed down like it's a military tribunal.
Right.
Like it's just like, what is this, you know? But anyway, so she says she's with TEC Internal Affairs, and he says that the taser goon wrecked his apartment, and like there's more goons inside. Come on inside.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So then a bunch of fucking black and whites show up.
And that really confused us.
Yeah.
We're like, what are all these other police doing here?
Right.
Who called them?
What is going on? Like, how did they know to be here? Like, what is her purpose being in this space at this moment?
Is it possible that this whole thing was like a setup? Like, she's here to find his dead body. And the police are here to like, oh, someone broke in his house and killed him.
That's exactly what it is. That's because we will learn this in a minute.
He was supposed to be killed by the goons?
He was supposed to be killed by the goons. So that's why she shows up. You nailed it. That's exactly the reason. I 100% it. I love
do
it
my
when we
best thinking
find.
when I'm drunk.
I love it when we find a reason for there to not be a continuity error.
Absolutely, we got to make the excuses. We got to fill in the gaps. You know what I mean? Come
Yeah,
on.
exactly. So you watch this. You're gonna watch the movie. We're gonna fill in the gaps for you, and you're gonna like it even more. So, suffice it to say, I guess at some point Walker puts clothes on because we're back at TEC headquarters, and Walker marches in, and Fielding follows closely behind him. He barges into Matuzak's office, slams the door in Fielding's face, and this is a good back and forth. Like this is a good like comedy moment, right? And Walker says McComb tried to have him killed, but there's no proof that McComb did it.
Shouldn't they be like fucking like waterboarding the shit out of these goons?
Dude, 100%.
Right now?
100%. But if we go back to the theory of like this was all orchestrated,
Yeah, okay.
she had him cuffed, they took him back to
and
the
to quickly to be
precinct,
released.
and then they were just released. Right, exactly. Yeah. So Walker's mad that Internal Affairs is following him, and Matuzak insists that it's normal after like his former partner was busted for doing crimes, which actually, all right,
Probably, I can see that.
That's not unreasonable. So Matuzak says that he's got a fresh assignment for Walker, and it's like a level 4, right? I think they say that it's like I got a fresh assignment. It's a level 4.
The arbitrary scale.
Like what the fuck does that mean?
Of disturbance levels.
Right,
It's a
exactly.
4 out of what? We don't even know.
Yeah, but Walker's like, I don't want your fucking level 4. I want to follow McComb. He's the one that matters. Matuzak reminds Walker that, look, I'm the director of the TEC. I'm the one who gives the orders.
Which he's kind of acting a little bit like he
Yeah.
might be the bad guy or in league with the bad guy at this
I
point.
think that the movie is trying to make us doubt Matuzak.
Yeah,
I've got to be honest. There was at
You
no
never
point
did?
at this point. No.
Well, because they're laying it on thick.
so
So
thick.
that
Yeah.
can't be the reveal.
Exactly. Anyway, so Matuzak calls Fielding into the office and says, like, you're going with Walker on the stage 4. However, over the intercom at this moment, some nameless extra says the level 4 has got escalated to a level 6.
Oh my God.
no!
a level
What?
6 out of 100.
What?
We don't,
I don't know.
We don't really
know.
Yeah, sure. Doesn't matter.
So anyway, because this movie loves weird cuts, we cut to a naked woman with the worst fake tits on the face of the planet.
That was wild shit, man. This is easily a top 10 moment in the podcast for like in terms of sheer gratuitousness of the nudity. There was no reason for this.
None, but she is writhing around on a bed. She gets up and heads towards the camera, at which point Walker pulls off a VR headset, which is like pretty okay. All right.
Yeah, sure.
That's actually a little early. And it turns out that it's like their tech guy watching porn.
Which you knew who this guy was.
Max. So I don't know the actor's name, but he played Max Fielding in the X-Files.
Okay.
And so when he shows up on screen, I'm like, oh my God, it's Max.
Did he have the long hair?
He did have the long hair and everything.
Okay,
exactly.
okay,
He
right
basically played the same character, but instead of being a porn fiend, he was an alien abductee and hacker in the X-Files. So he's Ricky. So Matuzak rips the headset off of Ricky and tells him to stop fucking the computer. Like, fair.
Was the dude just straight up about to jack off at his desk?
Like, what is this? Like, what is your play here, dude?
There was literally like a dude sitting shoulder to shoulder with him.
I know. This was not a private room.
It's one of the weirdest moments of the movie,
it was
for sure.
So strange.
Holy shit.
But the tech guy says, like, look, the ripple we detected in time suddenly spiked, and there's like, it's become like a big eruption into a major disruption, and bum, 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 it's in DC in 1994.
Shit.
That's a big deal.
So in this scenario, like an absolute time emergency has come up.
Yeah.
And the mission's going to be thrown together on the fly.
Yeah.
And this dude's like, let me take a break to throw on some porn and jack off at the desk real quick.
Look, if he has social anxiety disorder, or maybe he's just got generalized anxiety disorder, maybe like just, tugging one out real fast calms him down.
Then there was that weird moment where Fielding like seemed somehow impressed, like about, I don't know, she's like, that's a great
Oh yeah, because he's got like a piece of art, like the.
But it was like robot porn.
Yeah,
or
but
something.
it clearly wasn't him. There's an artist whose name I can't remember right
Is
now.
it the Japanese? Like,
yes, he's a Japanese artist who does like sexy fembots.
And that was apparently the inspiration for like the design of RoboCop.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah,
I recognize the art.
But they pawn it off at like he's the artist.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, Fielding is like, your art is impressive. It's like, yeah. So so they start gearing up, right? So the Walker and Fielding, they're finally going to get into the pod. This is actually, we're halfway through the movie. This is the first time we've actually seen the pod.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they're
probably because it's a weak link in the movie. To me, the technology doesn't make a lot of sense.
I agree. And so she is trying to convince him that she's going to be an asset, and she's just like going on and on about her credentials and like blah 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 blah. I
speak all these languages, like I can kick ass.
Overcompensation. And at which point, like, and they're in the locker room doing this, and some voice over the PA system says launch in 3 minutes. So she says that she's read the file in the Atwood case and wants to know why Walker requested to be the one to bring him down. And he says that he crossed the line, but she like takes that to mean that she thinks that they were working together. Right? Which is like,
I mean, I think that's like a possibility they would have to consider.
Yeah.
Like if your partner's like
again,
on the take or whatever, like corrupted, maybe you are too, maybe.
Again, it's not unreasonable to think that Atwood went back in time and like, oh, what a coincidence that his partner is the one who has to call him back with no other witnesses. So it's like, okay, I mean, yeah, I'll buy that. I'll buy into that, right?
Sure.
So we cut to Walker and Fielding are walking into the launch area, and Fielding there's these two guys specifically standing on the other side of these blast doors. And she's like, why does everybody seem so nervous? And I guess she like this was so weird. They did such a bad job of establishing this joke
about the Volmers.
The Volmer twins.
Yeah, it was not well executed.
No, but she says that apparently Fielding bears a resemblance to the Volmer twins, right?
Right.
And so that they enter the launch room, and again, the set was amazing. Like the lights were great.
Yeah, it was
and like
a huge space.
Huge space. Like everything about this was like lavish. Clearly they spent time building the spot out. I mean, like really cool. And it's the first time we've seen this in the movie. And there's this like tiny little launch pod, like rocket testing where they put guys in these rocket sleds. I mean, that's what it looks like.
For sure, yeah. I wondered if it was probably a soundstage, not like a real facility somewhere.
Yeah, this was a soundstage, and it was filmed in LA. I looked this up. Yeah.
Okay.
So this all of the TEC stuff was filmed in LA.
I feel like a lot of it had to be recycled sets from other things because they're like some of the doors said airlock on them, and I'm like, this is very like outer space sci-fi.
Unless like they have to create a vacuum to go back in time.
Maybe sure.
I'll
give them that.
Yeah, sure. Why not? But yeah, so there is this like pod on a large like maglev track. It looks like, and it like leads to this large gateway like a quarter of a mile down the way, right? Walker hops in, and then he pops a piece of gum in his mouth, which apparently, I looked this up.
Yeah. I read the same thing.
You read the same thing?
I think so.
It's black gum.
Black.
Which is a Japanese gum brand that JCVD was promoting at the time.
That's so shady. That's so shady.
Love this. It's so great.
Absolutely. Why not?
It was so great. So all of a sudden, though, Fielding goes from very cool and calm and collected, and she gets very anxious as she crawls into the cockpit and the hatch closes. Ricky lets out a big, I love this line, "Are we going to blast to the past? Yeehaw!"
Overcooking the shit out of it.
Just really chewing the scenery. Back on the launch vehicle, Fielding is nervously saying that she's done a lot of simulated launches, but this is her first one.
It was like big Aliens vibes, right? Like Gorman, like
up.
How many combat drops?
Yep. Exactly, 100%.
Absolutely.
Matuzak and Ricky are looking at the vitals on the screen, and they see Fielding and they see Walker.
They were freaking out about Fielding, and Matuzak's like, Oh, if she farts, she's going to get ahead of the pod.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious.
And then Desmond Matuzak says, like, how's Walker doing? It's like, you'd have to kick him to know that he's alive.
It was very Aliens-like,
So
where it's like,
very
somebody
calm.
wake up Hicks.
Yeah, exactly. So Matuzak says, you need to focus on something relaxing, and Fielding produces a photo, I guess, of her and her
What?
and her parents when she's a kid.
Where does that picture? She had that like in the outer pocket of her police uniform.
It's just really weird. Like it just
She produced it instantly.
I mean, this is class. I mean, like Walker has the same photo of him
he
and
keeps
Melissa.
the photo too.
So,
But she keeps a childhood photo of herself like in her pocket,
I don't
like her outer. I can see it maybe in the wallet, but like
Yeah.
this is like she reaches into her jacket and just bam, here it is.
Okay. Do you have a photo of you as a young child with your parents?
No, maybe on my phone I have some old photos for like laughs.
Right. Same with me. Like, I mean, it's crazy to me that of all the photos she keeps, it's one of her as an infant.
Right, it's not just a picture of her parents.
Exactly.
It's her as a
baby.
20 years ago, probably.
Right. So I don't know. It was a weird photo. Anyway, so Fielding asked Walker what he thinks about, and this is a really good line.
But he's trying to scare her.
He's
right?
trying to scare her, but this is a good line. He says, "Not swallowing my tongue," which okay, I love it. That's great. So she asked for reassurance, and that they don't lose a lot of people during launches. And then Walker points to a couple of red splatter stains on the wall and says that, like, those are the twins that you look like. Which, okay.
Yeah, the whole thing, that joke, like, never really worked.
I mean, like, why wouldn't you wipe the blood off the wall? That's just crazy to me.
Well, you asked, why is there even a wall there?
Why is there even a wall there?
Because it's not the wall of the building.
No, like, why don't they have a net or, like...
Something that might stop it without, like, a
murdering
concrete
them.
wall to run into.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this was one I could not come up with a justifiable fictional justification for. It's just, it was done to heighten the stakes, right? Of the really emphasize how dangerous time travel is.
Yeah.
And I thought it was lazy, and I thought it was sloppy.
Except we know Van Damme's not about to die right now.
No, because he's done this 1,000 times.
And he's the hero of the movie. It's not about the movie's not going to end right now.
No. There's no stakes here. There are no stakes here. And so I think the thing that bothered me when I saw it as a kid too, where it's just like, they didn't clean the blood off the wall? Like, what fucking kind of place
You
is
could pressure
this?
wash that shit.
Yeah, I know. It was a lot. Like, even at 14 years old, I thought this was a lot. So at this point, Walker takes his black gum and he sticks it on the dashboard. What a fucking ass.
Yeah,
What
the
an
fuck?
ass.
Fucking animal.
God, so
Like
rude.
you're literally, I think, holding the wrapper in your hand still.
I know.
And
You
you're like,
could have
nah,
like just put it
I'm
and
gonna
then it's
stick
like
this on the console
anyway,
here.
it's just very uncouth. And they're off, and it's like these low intensity heat because like everybody knows that the hotter something is, the bluer it gets.
Right.
And all the flames coming out of the back of this thing were very orange.
It was
It's
because
not
it was
moving.
practical, I think.
Yeah, it was
right?
all practical. No one's moving.
It's like a ride
anywhere.
at Six Flags. or
Yeah,
something.
it's still pretty fucking cool though.
No, I was here for it.
Yeah,
you know.
it's pretty fucking cool. I mean, like billowy red flames are more impressive than cold blue flames, anyway. So, they throttle off into this wall. There's a lot of CGI face stretching.
Yeah, that was
Right?
kind of weird.
Yeah,
I dug the effects though.
yeah. No, it was fun. I liked it. And then they disappear in the past with the wave ripple and
It
everything.
was like they tore a hole in
Like,
in space time or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. And then Ricky says, "Yeah, no, they did it. We're done. We're in the past."
That tech guy had like an overt sexual release.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no, he
from
came
the
in his
launch.
pants. There's no question about it. Like after that scene, he went to change his underwear.
So before we move on, I got like a million questions about the technology.
I'm ready
which
for
I feel like we
this.
have to talk about
Yeah,
it.
we got to figure this out.
So we've seen people emerging from the time travel,
Yeah.
right? It's just like you're just
You
there. You just
walk
pop out.
Yeah,
Where does the launch pod go?
unclear.
Okay.
This is another one I couldn't figure out. Like unless it gets caught in some sort of liminal space where it
Yeah.
simultaneously exists and doesn't exist.
It's gotta be in some in between
right.
space.
Right.
To me, it would have been better if it was like this instantaneous thing where the the ship tears a hole in space-time continuum, whatever the fuck,
okay.
and drops the time cops in.
Yeah.
And then, like, when they're ready to return, you know, they hit the little button on their thing or whatever, and it brings them back to that exact moment where they were dropped, where the people who are in the present, it's just like instantaneous. Like, the door opens and they're done with their mission.
Okay.
Like, oh yeah, I'm back. Like, I did the mission. It might have taken me 2 hours or 2 days or.
What if? Okay, so
but because otherwise it's just like, where'd the pod go?
Well, what if? Okay,
where is it right now, and how long are they gone for in the present?
What if it's similar to how, you know, old days rockets work, where they're single use, and every single launch, the reason why it takes so much velocity to get you out there,
okay,
that you have to have like this protective shield, and so the booster is more of a like I'm blocking you from the stress of time travel, and so it gets eradicated as you're going through the ripple.
Okay.
And then you're the only thing that's left when you make it through time. But then, like, the return trip isn't as stressful because it's sort of like a rubber band contracting.
So they do reemerge in a pod, right?
They do. Oh, okay, fuck. Yeah, they do reemerge in a pod.
So where'd that pod come from?
Fuck, shit. I don't know. Okay, I thought it was onto something, but then you're right. They do.
I feel like they didn't put a whole lot of thought into it.
No, I feel like you're right. Shit, we try so hard to justify these things in movies.
Because it's like, so does anything that you're touching when you hit the button come back with you?
Yeah, like if you're inside the thing.
Because he grabbed onto the dude Atwood, right? So then when he hit the button, Atwood came back with him. But like, you're touching the earth with your feet when you hit the button. Does the earth not come back with you?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, there was so much happening.
I really tried to justify
it's
it.
It's the pitfall of time travel movies.
Yeah.
This is hard to have a really tightly wound plot.
Well, I feel like that this is a self goal though, because all they could have done is like gotten into a Star Trek style teleporter.
Yeah,
and that would have been enough.
You didn't need the machine.
You didn't, but it's like that. This is like it's a great production design, but I feel like the production design ran away with them.
Well, like so. It's got like shades of Back to the Future, right?
Yeah.
Because they have a machine, a vehicle that they're in.
Yeah.
Except Back to the Future, like, is the pinnacle of this, right?
Right.
Because it's like, no, that the machine is the thing, and anything that's inside the machine goes along with it.
Yeah, anything
and then the
outside
machine is, when you emerge in the past or the future, the machine is still there because you were inside of it, and then whatever. But we were talking, and you said, like, actually, Bill and Ted has like a pretty solid, like, continuity.
I mean,
like,
they're still in the box.
Plot hole wise.
Yeah.
As far as time travel shit goes, it's pretty like flawless.
Yeah, because
you're right.
Time continues on even as you're traveling. Like you can't. Yeah, like
and it was like
that.
What if after we do this shit, we get back in the time machine and come back to now and leave ourselves the thing that we need to do what we need to do right now?
No, that's
and then,
amazing.
Like, where would we hide it? What if we hit it right here?
And then it's there. Yeah.
It's like this is pretty. Actually, I feel like it's
what an amazing gag.
And it's not a plot hole.
No, it's
like,
not.
Actually, is accurate.
They're using like the concept of time and the stupidity of time.
We'll do
travel.
it later.
Yeah.
And it'll be here when we need it. And hey, here it is.
It's here. Yeah.
Holy shit.
I still love, but in all fairness, I love that whole franchise, and there's a whole other thing.
It's really good.
I love those movies. So man, that was a tangent. So. In 1994, Walker and Fielding materialize in midair and fall into the Potomac River. And it's like, the Jefferson Memorial's in the background while this is happening.
Yes.
So we know exactly where this is.
It's like an amazing visual, right?
Yeah.
But this cannot be the way that this was meant to happen.
No. And they get out of the water, and Walker confirms this. He says something like, fucking Ricky. Right.
Like I think that he must have fucked up. They must have been meant to arrive at a specific location, and Ricky fucked it up.
Yeah.
I did like Fielding's thing about like so much for a dry run. I was like, oh, that's a solid. That's a joke because they're wet and everything.
Yeah, it's a good quip.
I get it.
So they crawl out of the water and they get on their little like cell phone display screens that are on their wrists. It's like, fuck, all right, Apple Watch. I mean, it's a little bigger than an Apple Watch, but all right. But they can confirm that it is October 9th, 1984. And, like, you called this out.
Yeah. This is my biggest gripe. This is maybe my biggest gripe with the whole movie.
Any sane human being would be like, fuck, this is the day before my wife is murdered, and like,
they
all of this shit happens.
They give it zero acknowledgement.
None. Not even a line of dialogue.
Like I get why they did it.
Yeah.
Because they want it to be like a reveal later.
Yeah.
But you cannot ignore the fact that like there's no scenario in which this dude who goes home at night and jacks off to home movies of his dead wife
allegedly,
and then cries himself to sleep like naked on the couch, that he's not going to try to intervene now that he's here right now, like 24 hours before his wife's going to die.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, are we supposed to think he doesn't realize it?
Even worse, I mean, like,
they don't give no acknowledgement. Like, it's like he doesn't notice. Oh, yeah.
No.
My wife. Ain't
Exactly.
no way.
I know.
You can't have it both ways, filmmakers.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, the audience knows where this plot's going.
Right. I mean, the audience is like, oh, shit. Okay.
But we've known since Act 1.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But anyway,
When she blows up in the house, it's like, oh, okay.
It's a time travel movie. He could maybe come back and save her.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
So Ricky dropped him in the middle of the Potomac, but he didn't do that bad of a job because they're within walking distance of this location.
This device that he has, like, we've only just begun to see the capabilities because it will tell you exactly the date that you're at, exactly where you are. Like, it's fucking crazy. And we'll get way into it later, the things that this device can do.
I will also say, I've been to DC. There are no abandoned looking warehouses within walking distance of the Jefferson Memorial.
Fair.
So, anyway, Fielding remarks that the next day is going to be her 16th birthday and that she wishes she could call her younger self and advise her not to sleep with Bobby Morgan after their birthday partying. And she says it was really disappointing and she's completely unable to control her laughter.
Look, ain't no 16-year-olds having good sex.
No, but I will say Jean-Claude had like the best rejoinder line. I love this line. He says, I would have come back and given Bobby tips. I'm like, yes, son. Well done. Like, yes, that is the way to go. Don't like deny yourself that. Just make sure it's good because he's educated.
I don't know if there's any tips you could give, assuming Bobby is a 16-year-old.
That's true. He has no context.
This is also just like a very casual reference to underage sex.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I feel like most people do that anyway.
Yeah, but it's happening.
Yeah.
But it's just odd for it to be just acknowledged. Oh, yeah, I turned 16 and then I fucked some dude.
I feel like
you're essentially a 15-year-old.
Again, this is a whole other podcast.
Yeah, we'll move on. Let's move on.
So they're in like this weird industrial area and they're near their objective, and Fielding and Walker are like, she's trying to get to know him better.
The location was cool.
Yeah, it was
like,
a cool spot.
You could see the Capitol Dome in the background, and they're like in this old warehousey place, and it was like, I guess that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wherever this place was, they found to shoot.
Yeah. But Walker is not particularly keen on talking about his personal life.
Nah.
Fielding says she joined the TEC because when time travel became public knowledge, her father warned her that the biggest threat to mankind was nuclear weapons. And Walker agrees. Okay, so here we go again, right? Like in 2004, time travel is common
Everyone
knowledge.
knows it's a thing.
Everybody knows about
that
it.
happens.
Yep.
Like, oh, so everyone does know. So everyone's okay with there being like no jury trial. It's just like if TEC says you're guilty, you're killed.
Right. So if everybody knows it, then they're going to ask how you do it. The government is going to like, there's going to be all these FOIA requests. Like everybody, it's like so many fucking lawsuits. It's all going to go to the Supreme Court. Like it's all, anyway, I don't think the movie was thinking that far ahead.
Nah.
So Fielding says that the world should be able to sleep without worrying about if the world is going to end overnight. And you're like,
that's true facts.
True facts.
That's like, let's hope that the recent election went in the way that will allow this to still also be true.
It could be possible
for the next 4 years.
The future, we're in like Schrodinger's 6 degrees of Schwarzenegger box right now.
Yeah, we have not opened the box.
We have
yet.
not opened the box. We don't know where the
cat
cat is.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So Walker says that Fielding reminds him of his dead wife.
That's flattering.
Which is like, I don't know if that's a compliment.
Yeah.
Fielding says, oh man, you have to have been tempted at some point and go back and change that. And I'm like, it's the fucking day before. Like, this is the time that we need to talk about this.
Are we pretending? How are we pretending like that's not the elephant in the room?
Right. I know. How is this a thing?
You're here.
I mean,
like,
literally.
It's one thing to say, like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to make a trip out of my way.
Right.
Plus, maybe I don't control the time travel equipment, so I couldn't even, like.
Even if I wanted to.
I'm here now. I'm not going to try to do something about it.
Right.
Like, nah,
like, we're literally at the place, and they are. They are at the place where the whole level 6 is taking place.
Well, it's convenient for Walker that he didn't, like, remarry or anything like that.
Yeah, right? I mean,
do you think he's fucked since his wife died? Do you think he's, like, had a, like, is he one of those dudes who, like, hires prostitutes to just come home and cuddle with him?
He might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
like,
a guy who
he's like
jerks
Martin
off
Riggs.
to a video.
He's like Lethal Weapon style.
Yeah, he jerks off to videos of his wife. This is the guy who doesn't want to have sex again. He just needs the gratification.
I read,
occasionally.
God, what was it? I heard someone talking, and I don't know if it was a comedian or what, but they were talking about, like, jacking off to Marilyn Monroe or something.
Yeah.
And they were saying, like, jacking off to someone who's like, that masturbating is like an inherently optimistic behavior. So to do it to someone who's dead
is
weirdly like pessimistic.
Yeah.
Like that's never gonna happen.
No.
You know, like you got to pick someone who's alive who like maybe it could happen one day. Is interesting. But anyway,
that's a fun one.
That's another podcast.
That is again, we've created at least 4 podcasts tonight.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so it's important that we see on the side of this warehouse that it's called the Parker McComb Data Link Labs, right?
Yes.
Both names. So, okay, interesting. There is, oh my God, this is so on the nose. There's a car in front of the warehouse and the license plate says Senate on it.
Sure.
And you're like, okay.
No senator has that plate.
No one has that fucking plate. Anyway, Walker convinces him to split up. And he tells her, like, be careful, right? I'm going to go in this way, you go in this way, be careful.
Sure.
So inside, there's this, like, crazy, like, contentious conversation taking place between McComb and, like, another character actor who always plays the generic scientist. And I can't remember his name. And I can't even tell you what he's been in.
They had him all, like, academic.
Yeah.
Like, he looked like the professor.
Oh, yeah. He's got a lab coat on unnecessarily in a derelict warehouse.
Yeah.
No one needs to wear a lab coat in a derelict warehouse. Anywho, this guy, whoever he is, it's got to be Parker. Right?
Sure.
Like,
of course.
So McComb is saying that he can't keep seeking money to this company until it goes bankrupt. Like, okay.
Right.
Fair.
Right.
You're looking in the short term. But Parker says that if McComb doesn't believe in the new microprocessor that they're developing, you can exit. And McComb says, great, I'll leave if you can buy me out. Right?
Yeah, right.
At which point, Parker develops an envelope from his unnecessary lab coat, puts it in McComb's hand, and says, I found a new investor. This is all of your shares. You can get the fuck out of Dodge, right? And Parker says, man, I should never have gone into business with a politician. Truth. Well, no, not truth. Like, that was a huge mistake.
Obviously, right? But
yeah.
As you recall from earlier, it was said that McComb exited the company like right before their breakthrough patent got approved or whatever, and it cost him billions. And now it's hard to believe that he'd be jumping at the buyout if there's like a patent approval pending.
I know. It's crazy to me.
I guess this is what's happened.
Yeah,
here,
so this is what happens. At which point, 4 of McComb's future goons, they walk through the time ripple effect, and it works really cool.
Oh, yeah.
And McComb comes through. Like, future McComb comes through, right?
I picture that they were all crammed into one of those time launch vehicles, right? Because that has to be how it works.
Yeah, it's really not clear. I wish this movie...
We never see how they're doing it.
I feel like this movie would have been almost 10% better if they had changed the time travel means. Like, if they had changed how you travel through
time. You're right. It should have been like the Stargate.
It should have just been the Stargate. It should have just been a Star Trek teleporter. Literally anything, right?
Yeah.
Like, just the rocket cart into the wall, and then you exit walking out of it. It just, it's really just, it's discombobulating, right? It feels weird. Anyway. So McComb comes out and he tells his younger self not to cash the check. But both 1994 Parker and McComb are very confused at what's going on. Legitimately.
Of course.
If me from 10 years in the future just like walked out of nothing, I'd be very fucking confused. Walker is up in a catwalk watching all of this happen.
It's too bad these future cops have not thought of, like, we should have body cams,
dude,
and videotape the shit that we're seeing.
Dude, in 94 body cams were like a thing, right? Or am I like...
I feel like if the past can be changed,
yeah,
then they need some sort of a concrete way of documenting.
We talked about this. Yeah, like, what is like, do you etch it in rock? Do you etch it in stone? Like,
what could not be changed?
Right. What do you go back with to prove what reality is?
This
when you
is what
left?
happened back there.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah,
that
for
would
sure.
be a really
they would
useful
have
thing.
They would have figured that out.
And this would justify a machine that you went back in, because the machine is from the future. Therefore, it is from the reality that you came from.
Sure.
And so if you had some sort of data server backup, then I could see why you would need a machine to go back, because that is what's tracking reality as you know it in the past.
Yeah.
Right? But they don't do any of that. And we are overthinking this movie 1,000% at this point. We're over halfway. We are script writing when there's no script writing.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Written.
We got to keep it moving.
But it's fair. So 94 McComb is terrified of future McComb, begs him not to kill him. And McComb, like, future McComb's like, no, dude, chill, whatever, it's fine. I'm not gonna kill you.
I'm
like,
you, or
why
you're
would
me,
I fucking
or whatever.
do that?
Yeah.
So future McComb proceeds to orbit around him, which was clearly done to talk about the technology of the shot.
It was
that
like,
they
look
did.
at the effect shot.
Yeah,
But it didn't look great.
No, you could definitely see the compositing on that. It was not the best. The lighting wasn't right.
Yeah,
you could kind of see the edges around the But old McComb, like past McComb, like tries to reach out and touch future McComb. At which point, future McComb was like, whoa, fuck off, don't touch me. And then he almost winks to the camera when he says, remember, matter, two pieces of matter can't occupy the same state. I don't even remember what it was.
Friendly reminder, that little bit of exposition.
Right.
We can't touch each other.
Can't touch each other.
Gonna happen.
Otherwise, weird things going to occur.
Why are you standing so close to him then?
I know, just like
jackass?
back the fuck off, you asshole. Again, it's hubris. It's all hubris, right?
Sure.
So future McComb tells past McComb that, look, next week you're going to have a national security briefing about the development of time travel.
This is that weird shit.
This gets really funky at this point.
That meeting had already happened.
Yeah.
Before Walker's wife got killed.
Yeah. That's
and
right.
And the other thing, they were talking about like him being offered the TEC job.
Yeah.
Before it was murdered, so we know that shit was already in the works or whatever.
Yeah.
And they could have easily fixed this shit in writing, and
100%.
they didn't. McComb could have said a few weeks ago you had a meeting, and then it's like, okay, yeah, I buy that. Or it could have been like they could have. I don't even know why Walker and wife were talking like. You could have just not had them talking about a TEC job.
No, they could have literally been talking about anything.
It wasn't relevant to anything that happened before she got killed.
Yep.
Like, it was dumb. But they made themselves a weird continuity error. Because at first I'm like, maybe there was some other meeting. But no, this dude was like saying, he's talking about time travel and everyone has a big laugh. And it's like, no, you're definitely talking about the meeting we saw earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. His wife did not get killed before that meeting happened.
No, there's no way.
Yeah.
We hinted at this in episode 1. This is where the continuity gets really fucked. Right?
Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah. And so you kind of just have to roll with it at this point. If you can't just roll with the inconsistencies with the continuity, you're going to have a bad time.
I didn't think about it until like my 5th time watching, and I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
This timeline doesn't line up anymore.
There is an element of time travel movies where you just sort of like, it's time travel. There's going to be a lot of hand waving, and you just sort of don't ignore it.
You trust that the filmmakers have thought about this.
Right.
And then sometimes they haven't.
No, I mean, like, some movies are really good. Like, Back to the Future, the first one is excellent.
It's flawless.
Yeah. Looper, Rian Johnson's Looper, also a really good one. There are a couple of time travel movies that spend a lot of time thinking about
12 Monkeys was
12
good.
Monkeys is another good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Timecop is not one of those movies.
No. But they could have fixed it, I feel like, but they were also focused on making a 90-minute movie.
Yeah.
We don't have time.
Yeah. So anyway, past McComb pieces together that, oh my God, you're me from the future, which, yeah, I mean, he looks exactly like
He looks the same, except the beard's a
little gray.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so Parker, the unnecessary lab coat scientist, he says like, well, how far back have you come from? And Future McComb like produces a future gun, which is like it's like a Beretta with like a plastic
Some shit
it's
glued onto
so
it.
dumb. But it's basically he takes a gun and his response is he pistol whips the scientist in the head. And this is a great line. I love this line. And Ron Silver delivers it perfectly with his perfect villain voice.
Oh, yeah.
He says, "Never interrupt me when I'm talking to myself." So good.
That
One of
was
my
good.
favorite lines from the whole movie.
Ron Silver's a hoot when he's acting with himself, like just chewing the
Oh
scenery.
yeah, just chewing it up, man. Yes, I love his villain turn in this movie. It's so good. So Walker rages to Fielding, like, look, I'm going to give you a signal, and then we're going to bust in. We're going to arrest everybody. And while he's doing this, I mean, Future McComb is just like laying thick the exposition.
You
got
gotta give it to us.
Just like really explaining everywhere, talking about how the new coldware technology that Parker's developing is going to revolutionize computers, and that by accepting Parker's buyout is going to be the biggest mistake he's ever made in his life, and he's going to totally change his mind.
Right, it's like going to cost you billions. Don't do
it's
it.
just like, it's the worst thing ever.
It would be good to be getting this on video if you're Walker.
Oh my God! You come back in the future, you show this to Matuzak, and then it's going to be like it's just shut down. Everything is so easy.
Yeah.
At this point, though, Walker radios Fielding to come in. He pops out, tells everybody to freeze. Now, mind you, he's still on a catwalk, like 100 feet above the ground, away from. There's nothing he can do, right? Like he's so far where they could all run away. There's no way he's going to hit anybody.
There's a weird bit where like he popped out, he's like freeze, and then McComb was like, "Do I look frozen to you?" And he's like, "You look like shit to me."
Oh my God!
Was a sick burn, but the McComb's line didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought it was
I
you look
agree.
like shit to me. Some of the best work I've ever seen from Van Damme.
I also love that Walker tells everybody there's like 4 goons and McComb all wielding guns, and Walker says, "Drop your guns," and everybody does. Like he is outgunned 5-1.
You know?
So
Got to.
Walker tells Future McComb to hand over his track and return module, which is the
Right.
first time we've actually
How do you
heard
get
this thing
back?
called out, right? So McComb grabs the device, pulls it out of his jacket. I wish I had this good a throw. Underhands it up to the catwalk, lands perfectly on the catwalk.
I feel like
This
he
is
could have just hit
amazing.
the button.
He could have just
Tim
hit the
like,
button.
"No, fuck this, I'm going back."
He doesn't give a shit about his goons. Who fucking cares? He's warned his past self.
Do they all have to like go, form a little circle and hold hands,
Yeah.
and then they can all come back together? It's not. It's very unclear. But
Right. Anyway, because he's a villain, he has to continue to monologue. He has to continue to deliver dialogue that's unnecessary. He's so curious about like what Walker's plans are to keep him at gunpoint and also get down to the catwalk where everybody is around them. It's at this point that Fielding pops out, puts a gun up to Future McComb's head. Walker like smirks and then unnecessarily slides down some pipes
He
to
like
the ground.
very acrobatically like jumped around
Oh
and
my
slid
God.
down the ladder or whatever.
So Walker demands that 94 McComb hand over the envelope that has the check that Parker has given him.
Which
Right.
that a check in an envelope would not prove anything.
No, it doesn't prove anything.
And it's also never relevant again.
Mm-mm.
It's just
We
like this
never
is-
hear about it again.
Sure, okay.
Yeah. So Walker explains that Future McComb has been doing a lot of time crime fundraising, which also I love. I love the idea of that this is just a procedural bill that's passed in Congress. You know how like how political fundraising is so like weirdly structured with political action committees and that shit. I love the idea of a future bill that is just about setting the boundaries about how time crime fundraising works.
Absolutely, man.
Anyway, so he reveals this information. Future McComb.
To whose benefit we don't even know.
We don't know.
Who's he explaining this for?
Right. Past McComb is you're just giving him ideas.
It's only for us, the audience.
Right. So Future McComb argues that the country needs a president so rich that he's not in the pocket of special interests and big corporations. Now, this is an argument I have heard people make to me before. Like, the reason why we need rich people to be in office is so that they are beyond reproach of other rich people, which I then kind of sort of laugh in their face. But whatever, that again is a whole other podcast.
Yeah.
But this is a real excuse I have heard people make to me.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so Future McComb says that he's going to, this movie is so prescient in some ways. He's going to make the America like it was in the 80s.
Right.
He's going to make America great again.
Yes.
Which is just...
Which means the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
He literally says where the top 10% get richer and everybody else can scrape by or leave if they don't like it. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Absolutely,
we have a person
man.
running for president who... We don't know. We may be the president by the time you listen to this.
Fuck.
Who has basically said that exact thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
We need more tax cuts for billionaires.
Whew, man. Anyway, so McComb asks Walker, do you want to be rich or do you want to be poor? And Walker says that McComb's plans way too far ahead, at which point Fielding turns, puts her gun in Walker's head.
Uh-oh. The worm is turned.
We're going to leave it there.
That's a cliffhanger.
It's a cliffhanger for part 4, everybody.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
Woo.
I love it.
What
We
a
will
part
be
4.
back. That was a meaty episode.
That was a lot fucking happening.
There's a lot going down, man. Please stick with us. We'll be back next week. There's more Timecop to go.
It's a good one.
The action's finally going to kick into gear, I think. There's going to be a lot of like high kicks.
Many high kicks.
No more splits, I don't think.
No,
kicks.
We're done with splits, but more kicks.
As always, though, thanks for listening. Like, you make our day when we see the listener numbers.
Oh, we love it.
So thanks to our regular listeners. Thanks to the Last of the Action Heroes Podcast Network listeners as well. You guys all fucking rock. And yeah, we'll be back.